We got details to come out of the Chicago Bulls day one of training camp. And we're going to talk about that first day of training camp and everything that happened, who was limited, who was a full participant in practice, all that and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. My name is Haize. Most importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform that we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today. So, we got details coming out of the first day of training camp for the Chicago Bulls. And I'm not mad at this. Like we got some injury updates. Yeah, we got a lot of things to come out of it. It seems like the Bulls had about a 2-hour and 15-minute practice on the first day of training camp, which is kind of it makes sense to have that type of practice when you first start on the first day. There's a lot of things that you want to establish, a lot of new players that you want to look at, building camaraderie, kind of discussing what that new system and everything is going to look like. So I'm not too surprised at the 2-hour and 15-minute practice at all for the Chicago Bulls. Now, kind of one of the most important things that we're looking at coming out of training camp so far is injuries and how those are playing off. Seems like Josh Giddey did participate in practice today, but it was just the non-contact portions of the practice. Now, when you pair that with what Josh Giddey said at media day, that's not too surprising. And I think while the Bulls and Josh Giddey seem very confident that Josh Giddey will be ready and available by the start of the season, Billy Donovan talked about how important it was for him to build chemistry and things with the guys out there and for him to see what they look like. So if he was involved in the non-contact practice, part of practice, that still gives him out there with some reps, understanding the kind of the tendencies of the players and things like that. So that's really good. For where Josh Giddey is, for the way that he described that injury and things like that, I'm not too mad at Josh Giddey not being able to participate in the contact portion of practice. I think the non-contact portion, especially with them being kind of protective over him, wanted to make sure he's going to be ready to go, have no setback before the start of the season, things like that. That's really good. Now, when it comes to Patrick Williams and Lonzo Ball, different story there, especially for Lonzo. Surprisingly enough, Lonzo did some contact out there today and some non-contact drills. So that's a really good thing that Lonzo is out there taking some contact so far. Now, the Bulls do plan to see how his body responds to that first that having contact in today's practice before they kind of decide what the type of workload he's going to be able to do going forward. So I think that's a really good first step for Lonzo Ball to get out there, take some contact, see how that's going to look for him when it comes down to it. I'm not too mad at that at all either when we get to that portion of it. And then Patrick Williams did the majority of everything out there. There are some questions, especially after the report that we heard last week as far as Patrick Williams not doing 5-on-5. Billy Donovan said during media day that Patrick Williams actually has been doing some 5-on-5, so that was good to see out there. And it was reported that Patrick Williams did the majority of things, but they're still monitoring his load following the surgery that he had. So much like with Lonzo, much lesser extent, I want to be clear there, it's a much lesser extent. They're going to see how his body reacts to that first day of practice, taking that type of contact, things like that, before they kind of decide on what that workload is going to be for him going forward as well. But it's a really good thing to hear that Patrick Williams was out there, the majority, a full participant in practice for the most part, and that Lonzo taking any form of contact at this point sounds like they're pretty confident, and they just want to see how his body's going to respond. So that's a really good thing. He's still not cleared for the start of the season. Now, this may be part of him gaining that clearance at the start of the season to see how his body reacts to that. But overall, I see some really good things so far from the first day of training camp, from what we know, and that's really what you want to hear so far. So let's see how you guys are feeling about it. What up, Haize, my brother? What's going on, YNG? Glad to have you in the building. Hey, Haize, my brother. What's going on, Tay? Glad to have you in here. I've been watching your videos, just quiet and observing good videos. Appreciate that. We got Antoine Johnson in the building. Says, brother Haize, peace, peace. What's going on, Antoine? Can't wait for the season to get started. Can't wait to see new pace with Josh at point and Kobe now being the guy we build around. I mean, we'll see if that's actually the case. That seems like it's going to be the case as far as you're going to build around Kobe White, but I wouldn't necessarily say that that's for certain. I think the Bulls are still trying to make sure that Kobe, that the growth that he showed last season is going to be maintained this season as well. But overall, there's some really positive things to come out of the first day of training camp. You came away with no injuries, right? That's a key thing. I think it'd be more concerning if we heard like, hey, Lonzo wasn't able to do nothing out there. They thought he was going to do contact. So the fact that he did some contact, which I'm guessing if just by kind of what I know about the Bulls and the training staff and things like that, they probably had a portion of practice that they wanted him to get through intentionally and say, hey, at this point, we're going to stop. We're going to do the non-contact drills. We're going to focus on you, maybe doing some conditioning, things like that. So nothing too surprising in this first day. I didn't expect anything too surprising either when it came down to it. So, that's good. And, Billy Donovan, saying that for Lonzo, it depends on how he feels in response tomorrow. So Lonzo's going to wake up tomorrow and he's going to know and feel how and understand how he feels, right? So, and Lonzo's at the place where I'm not too worried about Lonzo not being honest with how he feels so he can get out there or anything like that. I think he's going to be very, very focused on, and what being in tune with what his body's telling him for sure. I almost didn't read your comment because I thought your name was something else. But Miga says, Brother Haize, what's up? What's going on, brother? How you feel about the front office? I'm really down on them. I mean, at this point, bro, it's nothing shocking to me from the front office. Like, this front office is who we thought they were, and they continue to be who I think they are. Until they show a little bit more aggressiveness in either direction, I'm not really expecting too much from them. Lowski says, yo, my boy, what's going on, Lowski? Glad to have you in the building. All things kind of point to Kobe being the guy in all the promo and picks. Now they have already pushing him as I mean, listen, you have to push somebody as the face. So yeah, they're going to push him right now because it makes the most sense, especially when it's not like they've had a whole lot of promo, but they didn't know what was going on with Zach, right? Josh Giddey's new. You're not going to push him as your face. So yeah, they're going to be pushing. Kobe's going to be the guy you see on the social media thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean who they're building around. Keep in mind, Denzel Valentine was part of the social media things at one time for the Chicago Bulls, right? We saw that was there. Jabari Parker was a guy at one point in time. So I won't say that that's necessarily means what the franchise, like that's what the social media team is very different from the front office. The social media team has to do what they got to do. The Bulls front office, they're really waiting and seeing what's going to go on here because they may be faced with a tough decision. If Giddey and Kobe don't work out, I mean, and have chemistry, I hope that they would bet on Kobe, but you never know. I mean, this is normal, so I wouldn't read too much into it. Hell, I wouldn't even give the limited time in preseason a little bit before they could be ready for the regular. Yeah, I mean, that's of course. I think they're being really protective right now. Love the content, Haize. Got a good feeling that Zoe will be ready for opening game this season. Really hope also the young guys make a big leap in terms of development. I mean, listen, Lonzo being ready by the start of the season really means nothing because still, what is that ministry? Like him getting cleared is just the first hurdle. What does the minutes look like? What does his role look like? How does he look on the court, right? So, I mean, that gives you more time if he is, and we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens there. How you feel about our rookie? Think he can be a top 3 rookie this? I mean, I don't know what exactly is. I do think he's going to play. I'm not too worried about Modest Bucilis playing this season. How much he plays could be a very different story, right? So that I don't know. So I don't know if he's going to be top 3 because they're going to be a lot of rookies in kind of more clear-cut roles. And those type of things. So we'll have to see how that develops over time. Good to have Chicago Bulls basketball back. Hey, listen, man. Listen, I've been hurting. If Giddey's limited, will he start this season? Will he come off the bench for the preseason? That's a great question, right? We don't know. We don't know yet. And I think that's something probably the Bulls are trying to figure out as well when it comes down to that. Eventually. Oh, will he come off? I mean, we'll see, bro. We'll see. LOL. I don't bring up Valentine. It's still a sore spot for us. Shake my head. Yeah, Denzel Valentine's always going to be a sore spot, man. Bro, I'm so excited for the season to start already. You and me both, bro. I'm just excited for preseason. Think about it. I'm doing a live stream right now because of practice. This time next week, I will be doing a live pregame show instead of doing a live practice discussion and a halftime hangout and a post-game show. Listen, I'm excited. It's right around the corner, brother. Right around the corner. I like the mindset of the front office wanting the roster to go younger. I just hope that they don't skip the process and develop the young players and build through the draft. 100% agree with you, Immortal Beast. It's a huge, huge thing to not rush the process. And hopefully they learn from that. They rushed the process before and look where it got them. I got to see Dalen and Patrick step up this year. Hey, everybody wants to see that. 38 wins for the Bulls this year. Hey, Simba, I don't feel that, but hey, I hope that you're right. And 38 wins, that's we'll see. That's a tall test. I think Io can still improve and will improve. Think he's very slept on. Listen, I agree that Io's very slept on. I think because if Io DeSumo would have had the season that he had last year without the rise of Kobe White, I think everybody would be talking about it. But I think it kind of got overshadowed by the Kobe White thing. But Io DeSumo, I think, is going to have a big one. A big one. That's a big season. Will Kenny Lofton Jr. get significant minutes or ride the pine? I mean, he may not even be on the actual roster to start the season. He's more than likely going to go to the G League. But if you're talking about in preseason, I think everybody's going to get some minutes. I wouldn't say significant minutes, but Billy Donovan's going to want to see them out there on the court. Nicholas says, listening from Australia, like your channel. I appreciate it, but how can we get you to love the channel? I want you to love the channel. I don't want you to just like the channel. Like the channel, it's a little wishy-washy for me. I need you to love the channel. Kenny Lofton, not Laughlin. Lofton Jr., 6'7", 675 pounds, can play left tackle for the Bears this season. Why not? We need a tackle. Excellent, very athletic, very strong. Strong will have a strong will. Well, listen, he does have some major injury concerns and motor concerns, which is why the Memphis Grizzlies moved off of him. So I don't know if that's gonna. I mean, that would fit in with Nate Davis, right? Like he can be at least Nate Davis. So. What do you think of DJ Stewart wearing 00? Doesn't feel a little weird with Kobe wearing? No, because DJ Stewart's on a two-way contract and he'll primarily be in the G League. So no, it doesn't feel weird at all. Do you think THT is going to get minutes? Again, we don't even know if he's going to be on the actual roster. Preseason, everybody's getting minutes in preseason. I don't know what's going to happen with the roster. Fuck it, Buzilla's rookie of the year. Hey, man, listen, from your mouth to God's ears, bro. From your mouth to God's ears. G. Cade says Lonzo Ball will ever be a starter again. I don't know. Lonzo for 60. Lonzo is going to play enough minutes, have enough of a role, or the Bull and the Bulls aren't going to win enough games for Lonzo Ball to be sixth man of the year. Stop smoking that dope, my brother. Now, with that said, I also want to talk about D Rose weekend unofficially being announced. So January 4th, when the Bulls take on the Knicks, the Bulls have announced that they will honor Derrick Rose. And now it's been reported by Shams that it's basically going to be a Derrick Rose weekend. Listen, he deserves every bit of that, every bit of it. We need to celebrate Derrick Rose. I'm not saying for sure. I haven't talked to anybody yet, but I may be in Chicago for that weekend. We may see what happens. I may try to be in Chicago for that weekend. I don't know if I'll be able to get tickets to the game, but I may be in Chi-Town that weekend. You're honoring Derrick Rose? I may be there. Again, not saying for sure, but I may be there. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I may be there. I may very well be there. So, but listen, I'm glad that they're honoring Derrick Rose. I'm glad that they announced it this early so everybody can plan to get there. I hope that all that happens. He definitely deserves to be celebrated. My guy, definitely the most consistent with Bulls info. Would love to be a part in some sort of fashion. I mean, listen, I definitely am the most consistent. I think that Jamal from Bulls Central actually kind of passed me that torch since he's kind of now more focused on his NBA channel than just his Bulls channel. So like me and Jamal on Bulls Central both used to basically post daily. Jamal at this point is kind of more of a 3-time a week thing where I'm still 7 days a week. So yeah, that is what it is when it comes down to it. But I appreciate that. And listen, hit me up on socials, bro. Hit me up on socials. Afternoon, can't wait for the season to start. What's going on, Quentin? Glad to have you in the building, bro. Hey, Quentin, you back on for members only videos this year? You back on? Is it really hard to see us winning more than 33 games? It's really hard to see us win more than 33 games next year, but I can see the Chicago Bulls make their move, vacate, do not fuck it up. I will not say next year, but we should be a little bit next year. We'll see what happens. Hot take. If Nikola Vucevic gets traded, they're going to fully guarantee Adama's contract and make him the secondary center on this team. I won't guarantee that. Depends on what they get back with the Vooch. Because keep in mind, you got to take contracts back. So it's not like you're trading Vooch, and this isn't the NFL where you can trade a player and not get another contract back. So if the Bulls get something back in that's either guaranteed and can't be waived, it's not going to open up a roster spot. So they can't guarantee Adama Sanogo at that point. So I won't say you should guarantee that at all. Who would you say is being overlooked? I guess what I'm saying is, who do you see carving out a role? Oh, Julian Phillips. I think Julian Phillips has a huge chance to carve out a role. I think Julian Phillips does. When you look at how Billy Donovan started trusting him towards the end of last season, if Julian Phillips reportedly has been working on the shot, he didn't leave Chicago this year except for going to Miami. So I think he's been working with Peter Patton almost all offseason. If Julian Phillips has been hitting the lab like we think so, and he takes a step, I think Julian Phillips could be one of those players that Billy Donovan has to play. He can play three positions, right? Because of that, he can play three positions. His length, athleticism, if the 3-point shot, which looked like it was starting to become legit last season, and his shot blocking and defense on a team that's going to need perimeter defense, he can play three positions and he can guard probably four position in switches. I think Julian Phillips has a huge chance to carve out a role this season. All praises to the Most High, Derrick Rose, one of the nicest persons on the planet, very humble person. He deserved the Hall of Fame. Oh, he's going to get, there's not been a single MVP in history that has made the, I've said this before, and this isn't to knock Tracy McGrady, but once Tracy McGrady got into the Hall of Fame, your bar for Hall of Fame dropped significantly. And that's not to say that Tracy McGrady at his height wasn't good, but Tracy McGrady never really accomplished shit in his career as far as accolades, awards, or anything. So when you look at a player that got Rookie of the Year, several All-NBA teams, a multiple-time All-Star, and an MVP, yeah, Derrick Rose is definitely getting into the Hall of Fame. I feel Vooch is getting traded next only makes sense with going young. Could be. We'll see. We'll see. I won't guarantee anything. One thing I've learned with AK and Eversley, the thing that looks like it makes the most sense sometimes is not the thing that they do. Will you be calling the Bulls game live? If not, do you have a channel you can recommend? Yes, I do not live call Bulls games. So what do I do pregame shows. I do halftime shows that I call halftime hangouts, and I do live postgame shows. My skill set is not live calling. For that, though, I do have the best live caller in the business. That's C-Dub over at the what is it? They changed the name of the show. What is it? The Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. Go and check them out. Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. Those are my brothers. They do live calls over there. C-Dub's the best in the business. If you need a live call, that's what C-Dub excels at. Is we getting rid of Zach? I have no idea, brother. I have no idea. People who have to remember 85% of the team has been together for like 4 or 5 years. So we may have, no, that's not true, Shay, at all. That's really not true when you look at it. Vooch is going into year 4 now. So, I mean, Kobe and Zach are your longest tenured Bulls. That just isn't the case anymore. Like, let's go through and look at this roster. Let's look at the depth chart. Josh Giddey, new, right? Kobe White, yes, long-term. Zach LaVine, yes. Patrick Williams, yes, but he's been in and out of the lineup. Nikola Vucevic, yes. But outside of that, I would assume who's just going into year 4. Manas Busalis is a rookie. Torrey Craig's in his second year. Jalen Smith, first year with the Chicago Bulls. Lonzo Ball, we don't know who's going to play, right? We don't know how much he's going to play. We can't bet on him. Dalen Terry going into year 3. Julian Phillips going into year 2. So, no, a lot of this team has not been together. This is actually this is a group that is going to have to find out their balance together. They're going to have to find out their balance. I honestly think we can keep Zach. He isn't old at all. It's not about that, though. Yes, we could keep Zach, but I think it's about the Bulls wanting that financial flexibility, I think. And I think they also just realize they're not going to do it in Zach LaVine's. And I think whether he says it or not, Zach LaVine may be open to going somewhere he can win now as well. So I get what you're saying. There's a lot of reasons why Zach LaVine can stay here. But I think if this Bulls team does only win 28 to 30 games like it's predicted for them, at that point, what are you holding on to LaVine for? Your timeline is so far out that LaVine at being 30 at this point, you may want to take advantage of him having some years left on that contract if they can find a deal. So we'll see. Bulls 37 win this season. We'll see. We'll see. Definitely always happy to work with the GOAT. Appreciate that, Quentin. And got out the second round. Who got out the second round? Drew Carey's in the WWE Hall of Fame. D Rose is deserved. That's crazy. That's crazy. Shy Bulls podcast is a must on, absolutely must on game night. Absolutely must. Oh, talking about T-Mac now got out the second round. Yeah, good point on that. Good point. D Rose is the one that made me a Chicago Bulls fan because I never used to pay attention to NBA basketball like that. But now I love basketball in the Chicago Bulls. Hey, listen, we're glad to have you, bro. Glad to have you. T-Mac had a Hall of Fame player on his team and never made it out the second round. That's a fact, bro. No lie, Lonzo and Pat can go. I'm sick of them both. Not Lonzo's fault, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, a lot of people feel that way. I would love to see JP step up. I appreciate the thoughtful response. Hands down, best Bulls podcast than Shy Bulls. Appreciate that, JK. What about Locked On Bulls? Don't forget Locked On Bulls. Don't forget Locked On Bulls. I'm just saying. Just saying. P. Willie got more physical contact on the offensive rear of the ball. Got to make more physical contact. I mean, P. Will got to be more physical in general. P. Will has the physicality where he should be way more physical than what we consistently see him. He just has to be. El Trapo in the building. P. Willie got to make more physical. Oh, I just read that. I'm getting old. That's what's happening. I'm getting old. Haize, what up? What's going on, Dubs? Glad to have you in the building. We still have our core team. I mean, not really. When you look at it, like, keep in mind, Alex Caruso, Andre Drummond, and DeMar DeRozan had the highest estimated plus minus on the team. That's a huge part of our core. I'm sorry, I hate to tell you that. That's a huge part of our core. So, no, we don't have our core. And DeMar DeRozan was such the not only a weapon in our offense, but also in the clutch. The Bulls, out of 39 wins, 26 wins, 2/3 of the Bulls' wins were in the clutch. DeMar DeRozan was the best clutch player in the NBA. So, Bleacher Report says Pat looks yoked. You think so? I do. Patrick Williams does look like in some of his best physical conditioning. Looking forward to them lives before and after the game. Shit like real deal, family and community. I appreciate that. That's what I aimed for here. That's what we wanted to build here in Chicago Bulls Central. RP to James Olmos, a true example of TV dad when it comes to black household. Yes, and no controversies afterwards. Because Bill Cosby was a TV dad as well, and look where that got us, right? Imagine waking up and finding out your father been roofed. Now, let me stop. P. Will averaging 20 a game with 3 rebounds. No, he's not going to, like, P. Will is still the 4th option, maybe even the 5th option on offense. Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Zach LaVine, and maybe Nikola Vucevic may all be ahead of P. Will in shots. P. Will's not going to get 20 points a game unless he shows tremendous growth. Where P. Will can get more points is attacking the rim, going after putbacks, moving without the ball, slashing to the rim, because Josh Giddey will catch him slashing to the rim. That's where he's going to be at. Did Zach basically say those reports were rumors? I think Giddey being here is making Zach want to stay. Zach seemed really excited about playing with Giddey. My bad. Lock on as well. It's all fire. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily just Josh Giddey, but I think that you look at it, this team is going to play a style that fits Zach LaVine's game a lot more. Like, yes, he's not going to be able to isolate as much as he did in the past, but you look at his ability to get up and down. We're going to need his 3-point shooting. All those things point towards us needing Zach LaVine's skill set, the things that he just does well a lot more with this current team. And so I think that there may be some excitement in that, right? Oh, Diddy kids understand that feeling. That's crazy. It's wild. Imagine we still had Simonovic, but he shows some growth on defense. I mean, listen, I think that it means something that Simonovic is out of the league. I really like how you brought up Kobe's stat of taking charges last season in a different video. He had some clutch ones in the 4th. I think he learned a lot from Caruso. Hey, I agree with you, Alberto. Like, that's something that people kind of overlook. Like, Kobe White led the league in charges drawn. Like, that's a major thing. Space Gate said, I didn't realize you knew basketball. You have a very high IQ. Respect to you, must move around, must attack the rim. You are correct. Yeah, I mean, what do you mean you didn't know I knew basketball? Like, this is literally what I do for a living at this point. Let's keep it real, y'all. Zach LaVine's whole entire time with the Chicago Bulls, he really hasn't had a true back. Stop using speech to text. Shay, I told you before, you don't pick up your bottom lip, so words get slurred. Backcourt running mate besides Lonzo, who didn't really play that much with him. They did have backcourt mates that just weren't good, right? Without a doubt, I haven't seen Zach and Vooch smile this much. Where'd you see Vooch smile? Because in media day, Vooch looked like he was the old person at the college party. All the reason I said had our core is because DeMar DeRozan wasn't supposed to be here. How much weight did P. Will put on more posters this year? I don't know. You know what? Let me see. Hold on. I'd be forgetting I have access to the media site. I don't know if they update the weights on there. Give me 1 second. Because I don't have to use it during the off season. Give me 1 second. Let's see if they put that in there. Yeah. Shit. Hold on. Let me compare that to ESPN's website. The Chicago Bulls media website. So this isn't something that you guys could check. I don't want to share a screenshot because I don't want them to take my media credential. I don't have media credentials, but I have I'm not credentialed, so I can't go in and interview players. But I have a little pool and I have access to the media site. They have Patrick Williams listed as 6'8", 238 pounds. For example, ESPN has him listed as 6'7", 215 pounds. If Patrick Williams is almost 240 pounds, with how lean he looks now, that means it's nothing but muscle. That's real. That's some real fucking growth there. Because, like, keep in mind, muscle weighs more than fat. So if he is this lean, because Patrick Williams looks lean, but he weighs almost 240 pounds, oh, man, hey, listen, you might as well call that man Beastly Williams. Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy. Hold on, I'm finna share this picture. This is something that the Bulls put on their Twitter. So I'm gonna flip it here. So this is the large. If Patrick Williams he looks like this and he's 238 pounds, you better goddamn well be in the goddamn paint fighting for rebounds. That's crazy. Keep in mind, Patrick Williams was 205 when he came in the league. If he's put on 35 pounds and it's mainly muscle, oh yeah, man. Patrick Williams ain't got no excuse. He ain't got no excuse at that point in time. He ain't got no excuse. Hey, listen, that's crazy. That's crazy. 238 pounds? Keep in mind, I'm going to put this picture back up because people are going to say, no, Patrick Williams is 6'7". Keep in mind, Manas Bucelis is a legit 6'9", almost 6'10". He measured at 6'9 and a half. Look at that. They're damn near the same height. Yeah, Patrick Williams better step the fuck up this year. Patrick Williams better step up the fuck, because you put on the weight. Go out there and show the aggressiveness. Go out there and show the aggressiveness. Real talk, you better go out there. Come on, man. That just got me excited, yo. That just got me super excited. 238 pounds? Everybody who's been saying he's not a power forward just needs to shut up. 238 human pounds? Oh, you better be moving people out the paint, my boy. You better be moving people out the goddamn paint. That's crazy. That's crazy. Patrick Williams will make his contact. He better goddamn make some contact. That's wild. I wish I can go back and see what the Bulls website had him. Again, it's not a available website to the public, but hey, that's crazy. Hold on. Let me go in here and look at something. Because Kobe White looked like he put on some weight too. I want to see what they got Kobe listed as on this site. They got Kobe White listed at 215. Hey, Nick, hey, who these motherfuckers been working out with this season? Kobe White 6'5", 215 now? Hey, man, what we doing, bro? What we out here doing? They've been lifting people this offseason. Let's see what they got Julian Phillips listed as. They got Julian Phillips listed as 6'8", 208. He came in the league at 197. What the fuck these motherfuckers been doing, bro? Hey, Peter Patton been having these boys work the fuck out, bro. Peter Patton been having these motherfuckers work out. What they got Dalen Terry listed as? Ain't no fucking way, bro. They got Dalen Terry listed at 205. Hey, man, these motherfuckers. Keep in mind, Dalen Terry was 195 coming into the league. Hey, man. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, man. Listen. Hey, these motherfuckers better ball out this season. Y'all been hitting the gym like that. Hey, man. Hey, they gonna start drug testing the Chicago Bulls ASAP, bro. If they report these weights to the league, How you got these many motherfuckers gaining 10 and 15 pounds of muscle in one offseason? Crazy. Patrick 238? 238? That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Hey, listen, that just got me excited. That just got me excited. These motherfuckers been eating nothing but broccoli and fucking chicken breasts, bro. That's crazy. That's wild, bro. Bulls Daily, I just made you a mod too, by the way. So stop your belly aching, little brother. But all right, y'all, man. I'm about to I don't know. Hey, listen, bro. Abe, I don't know, man. I don't know if they're stat padding. The reason why I say that is like if you look at these guys, go and look at the pictures that the Bulls posted. And compared to last year at Media Day. Matter of fact, we'll do that real quick. Hold on. Before I go, we'll do that real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me find a picture of Dalen Terry at Media Day, and then we'll compare it to Dalen Terry Media Day last year. So let's see if it's legit. Let's see if it's legit. Now I got to go pull a picture from this damn imaging. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Bear with me. I know this ain't the best podcasting, but bear with me a second. Because ain't no fucking way, bro. Ain't no fucking way. Where's Dalen Terry? Let's find Dalen Terry first. All right, so this is Dalen Terry now. Hold on. Y'all make me download it to just pull it up. Ain't that some bitch shit right there? All right. This how we coming. Where? Why did it disappear? Hold on. That's not the window I select. There we go. We'll share it that way. That's how we do it. That's how we coming. So this is Dalen Terry now. This is him at Media Day. I want everybody to look at that. That's Dalen Terry. Look at his arms. That's Dalen Terry now. All right. So I'm going to take this off the screen. I'm going to find a picture of Dalen Terry Media Day last year. Let's see. Let's find a picture of Dalen Terry Media Day last year. See, it's hard to get. Oh, listen, this is a picture of Dalen Terry playing last year. So we'll bring this up. Where'd the picture go? What the fuck is going on with this bullshit? All right, save image as. Do that. Why y'all keep making me save it to be able to bring it up? That's some bullshit. All right, this is how we coming. What the fuck is this thing doing? All right, there we go. All right. All right. This is Dalen Terry last year during the game. Last year during the game. That's Dalen Terry last year. Look at his arms. Look at his shoulders, right? Can't believe this is what we're doing. We're doing body analysis. This is Dalen Terry now. I can see that being about 10 pounds of muscle. Keep in mind, muscle weighs more than fat. I can see that. Yeah, I'm old, Weapon X. Leave me the fuck alone, bro. Leave me the fuck alone. That's Dad. That's my actual son. What's up, X? Hey, what's up, X? That's funny. My son, that's my actual son, Xavier. Shout out, Zay. Glad to have you in the building, brother. That's funny. That's funny. So that's Dalen Terry last year. That's listen. Yeah, Dalen Terry definitely been hitting the gym, y'all. Dalen Terry definitely been hitting the gym. Dalen Terry definitely been hitting the gym, y'all. Like there's no denying that. There's just no denying that. Dalen Terry definitely been hitting the gym. So, hey. All right. Listen. Telling y'all. Yeah. That's crazy. That these motherfuckers been working, bro. that just changed my whole outlook. If Patrick Williams was able to put on that much weight in 1 year, in one off season, he been working, bro. He been working. He's been working. So yeah. All right. We'll see what that brings to the Chicago. It may mean nothing. It may mean nothing, but we'll see. We'll see what it means, man. Shout out to my son for coming through. My son never comes through the streams, man. Shout out to X. Shout out to X. My son Xavier in college, away at home, at college, at Missouri Southern, man. But all right, y'all. I appreciate you guys so much, man. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Make sure you guys like the video on your way out as well. Make sure you're following the show at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. Thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, make sure you love you guys. Go Bulls. See red, y'all.